The Jesus we was introduced to was a celibate version single dude. But what if the true Yeshua was very different? Now think about it. He was a rabbi during a time where if you were a rabbi, part of that whole part of what was expected of you was to get a wife, especially by the time you were 30. So the fact that he was around Mary of Magdalene, and I guess it was the Gospel of Philip that says how he sometimes kissed her on the mouth. That's kind of husband and wifey type activity. Mary Magdalene was intentionally diminished to a reformed prostitute by Pope Gregory I because in a system that was religio-politically run, it would just be too contrary to what their belief system would need to maintain control. A system seeking power in place of truth. Mary was the one after crucifixion when the other apostles ran away. She was the first one to witness the resurrection, and she was considered the apostle to the apostles. And because she was so close with Jesus, she had knowledge that was only shared between her and Jesus. When Mary attempted to share this knowledge with the apostles after Jesus died, it was Peter that denounced her and said, why would he share teachings with a woman that he wouldn't share with us? But Levi checked his butt and said, you jealous? Bro, what's wrong with you? Fall back. If the Savior made her worthy, who are you to reject her? If he's married, it would be obvious that they consummated the marriage. But wouldn't it also be obvious that they may have had children? But why do they make us see a single celibate Jesus only surrounded by men? Because it served the purpose of a hierarchical, patriarchal, religious institution that desperately needed to separate from the divine feminine. A wife, and especially a daughter, would pose a problem to all of this carefully contrived narrative. Oh yeah, I said daughter. As a matter of fact, her name was Sarah. I'll get back to that. These texts were fundamentally Gnostic in nature. So once the final edit came through the Council of Nicaea, anybody who was still practicing this became quote-unquote enemy of the state. Many people who didn't abandon these teachings went into hiding, including Mary, her sister Martha, Lazarus, and a few other followers. But here's the thing. Mary was said to be pregnant, and she escaped in a boat with no sail or oars at the volition of the water. Actually drifted her to southern France. She was said to have landed in Gaul, Provence, where she lived out the remainder of her years teaching. And her daughter, Sarah La Caille, or Sarah the Black. In the town of Saint-Marie-de-la-Mer, there's a 2,000-year-old tradition to honor Sarah the Black, a dark-skinned statue that remains in their crypt. And what they'll do is they'll bring the statue out, and they carry the statue into the sea while singing and celebrating. Some folk try to say that Sarah La Caille was an Egyptian slave that went to, or an Egyptian servant that went with Mary to France. While others know and say that it is her daughter, the daughter of Mary, Magdalene, and Jesus. Now, hold up 1 minute now. There's a black statue of Mary and her daughter. Could that be the Black Madonna that we've been thinking was Mary and her son Jesus, but it's actually Mary, Jesus' wife, and their daughter? What? Where's the facts, Jack?